there, this is James, your Director of Product Support here at Cliently, and this quick video will be discussing the new functionality of custom fields. So let's go ahead and start on our faq.cliently.com, and here we are. And we'll just type in the word custom fields and take you right to this FAQ. Let's go through this together. So what is a custom field? A custom field is a unique item that can be added to your Cliently account to add additional information to your contact and company default fields that Cliently provides. Custom fields are unique to each individual team or workspace that you have, which is great. We'll go through and talk about that. Which team member permissions can access and use custom fields to create and delete? Only owners, admins, and managers have access to add and delete custom fields. However, all team members, including team member permissions, can use them as part of their contact and deal records. Can custom fields be used with tokens? Yes, absolutely. We'll go through and talk about that real quickly. Can I use custom fields as my default signature? Unfortunately, we don't have can use custom fields for that. Can custom fields be populated with imported contacts? Yes, they can. We'll go through and show you how we can create custom fields, then import those fields information through an import process. And will custom fields be exported to my CSV? No, not at this time. This is, however, something that we're looking at for a future release. So let's go through this together step by step and walk you through it. So here we are inside of Cliently. The very first thing you want to do if you're using multiple teams or workspaces to access that specific workspace. So you notice here that I'm inside the marketing workspace that we're going to create those individual custom fields. Next, let's go ahead and access those. We can do this by clicking on the settings icon on the lower left hand side. And then we have a new field, a new option here in the settings called custom fields. With this, next we have to create the two different types. We have contact and company, so contact fields in relation to the contact itself, and of course the company fields for the company records. So in order to create a new custom field, it's very easy. Over here in the upper right hand side, we go and click on this add button. And then from here, we'll have three different field types. We have text, number, and date. And this is very important that you want to choose the correct one here. For text, it's a straight text. For example, where I'll be using operating system use, be a straight text one. Numbers for specific numbers, like you examine a number of employees, for example, just put a specific number in that field. And of course, a date field as well. For example, 1/2/2020 would be an example of a date field. And then once you go ahead and choose field type, go to give them a name and make sure to call it very specific so you know what this individual field name is related to. And as for example, I use operating system use as part of my contact, and of course number of employees for my company field. Over here on the right hand side is going to give you a trash can icon if you ever need to delete this company, these custom fields. But please note, remember, is that if you delete these custom fields, deleting your custom field will cause all associated deleted data to be deleted from your workspace. And are you sure you want to delete that custom fields? And please note that if you do this, we do not have a way to restore any of that custom field information once it's been deleted. So now once the custom fields have been created, let's go ahead and take a look at it, a deal or contact record, to see how those two fields are being represented. So I'm going to open up Joanne here, and you notice that now we have these two new fields here called operating system use as part of my contact, and a part of my company is the number of employees. To update or add additional data to those fields, all you need to do is just click on the name of the field itself. A pop-up will pop up here. You type this information in, you click the checkbox to save that information, and of course with the same one over here, just type that information in, click the checkbox, and then in return it will be saved to be used for to be populated. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the import process, and that's over here in the upper right hand side. So we go ahead and click on import, and let's say you create your custom fields and you want to import your contacts now. So over here on the left hand side we have this from your CSV, and of course on the right hand side we have map to Cliently. Now as I scroll down, I have those two fields. So I have operating system use as part of my CSV. I have to go ahead and choose this from my list of selected fields in my Cliently account. For this example, the custom field that I created will be down at the bottom. So it's right here, contact operating system use. And of course the number of employees, this one also has matched up to company number of employees. So just remember that if you're creating custom fields on the right hand side for this drop down, select those custom fields will always be at the very, very bottom of your individual list as well. All right, so we close out of that. Next, of course, is to using this information as part of your flows now, right? So over here on the left-hand side, we go into your global flows real quickly. And I have a global flow here called master flow. And over here on the right hand side is our editor where you can populate that information. So if you use tokens, for example, right here, first name, we can also use these custom fields as tokens as well. We click on the drop down to access tokens, and you have the two custom fields that you created here. You will notice a specific number. Those are just an ID number to represent what this custom field is inside of our system. You don't have to worry about that, but when you add that custom field, it will go ahead and put that full name of that field, including that number, as part of the editor. So just be okay with that, and it should always populate that information. So that's how we can go ahead and all we want to do, just make sure it updates or changes to that and hit cancel or save that information, right, in order to use that for the next time as well. All right. So let's go ahead and keep on going down here. So once, of course, you have your flows and set up and ready to rock and roll, all you have to do then over here on the right hand side is just go ahead and assign that flow to that specific um, your contacts as well, or once again you do this through the import process. And here's an example of that. I'm going to click on save here, and then I'm going to turn this flow on, so just to give you an example of sending this information out and what this looks like from the recipient's point of view. So here's an example that I just sent out, as you saw there, and here's an email that's been sent out, and here are the two custom fields that I've used, created, and added data to populate that information inside of the flows to be sent out to your individual recipients. So it's a really, really great way to expand or update your own individual field and information to as part of your marketing campaigns. Lastly, of course, is that we also have our extensions, which is Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot, and we can also use custom fields to populate that information. We can also use those as part of our flows, just like we did inside the web app there, walk you through that process. And here's an example of all those custom fields being populated with that information. Just however, please note that in order to populate custom fields of using the extension, those fields must be filled out inside the web app. And you can either do that by two different ways for your CRM contacts, is by adding that information in manually, like we talked about before, or you could import that information from the CRM, export from the CRM, and then import that into Cliently to have that information populated. So the next time that you go in here and use the extension, all that information would be populated, including all those custom fields. So that's all we want to talk about here today for this quick video. Like I said, custom fields is a great way to help you expand and give you more flexibility for the fields and your marketing campaigns. And as always, if you have additional questions, concerns, please reach out to us by using your Cliently account down here on the lower right hand side. Click on that red help button, and we'll do our very best to take care of each and every one of you. We thank you so much for watching this video. You all have a great day. Bye-bye.